All right. Well, good morning, and getting the first match started on the last day here. I know you guys are probably tired of seeing Chris Austin up here, but gonna have to deal with it. He's always one of the top favorites.
But this was random, right? Or did you hand select them to be on here?
As far as this one, we did hand select this one, and then we're gonna play a ladies match, the final 6 next.
Do you know who's up one?
I do not. Is anyone watching that knows who won the first game there? I take coin flip, see if we're right.
Go ahead and mark it up for Bratcher.
All right.
I'm looking at Chris's posture in the seat. Looks like a man that's down 1-0.
Mm-hmm. It's a good shot. Good bump, and he's probably out from here. Think you could probably even get out from here?
No. I'm a 9-ball player now.
Oh, all right. Well, 2, 7, 8. I mean, that's close enough. Yeah, he's making it look easy today.
One thing I'll give Chris, he's never conceding an 8-ball.
No, never. I've never seen him get mad.
And I'm not upset at him for it. It's just something that he's consistent with.
Right. No, I mean, he says it, well, that's the way it should be. And he thinks no one should give up one, which is, perfectly fine.
1-1.
We were close.
This is a race to 6. And loser side is 5?
Yes. Yep, this is one of the final 4 on the winner's side.
If Austin... Is there any chance Austin could break the 700 mark if he were to win? Is 6 points too much for the amount of games he has in?
I'd have to look that up.
I mean, probably not, right? That's like a big jump.
Right. 6 points is a lot, but I mean, if you come out and you win tournaments,
against high level, I mean that plays a factor, right?
Right. I don't know exactly who he played throughout the bracket, but I'm sure there's some.
I think he'd take it as a feather in the cap because I'm sure he's not playing in a lot of handicap stuff.
Right. I'm sure he's been over 700 before too. He's got 2,100 games, so that's
so a lot has to happen for him just to move up 1 point, right?
Yeah, in a way. But if he hadn't been super active in the last 2 years, then it takes a little more into effect.
Right. Damn, I want to see Chris hit the 700 mark, the 700 club.
You could come over and be Mickey's house pro then.
Who's 700 in this tournament? Local, like Ray's over 7.
Right.
Is that it?
What was Caleb? Is he 7? Let's look him up.
But I mean, that seems like a cool thing to have, you know.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the elite club for around here. Well,
around
pretty much
anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, so Caleb's not either. He's a 671. He's actually got 2, so he's in between 671 and 695.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. I don't think anyone around here. The Rusty Jackson, he's a little further away, but he was over 700. Brady Behrman, he's over 7.
He's long since stopped playing, but what would you think like Gentry would be like? He could be in this 700 club,
yeah.
I would think, if he were around during Fargo.
I never really seen him play like in big tournaments because it was before my time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, he
has some scalps for sure.
Right.
Like
yeah,
he's beaten a long list of who's who.
Yeah, I think between 675 and 725 is going to be just the day of, right? You just kind of range in there, but if you're consistently 725, then you're going to beat these two, 7 out of 10 times on a race to 5. But I don't know. From what Mickey says and things like that, I'd say he was probably close to 700. I think Nick Varner is the one that used to say, hey, if you want to get to the next level, go play this guy. And that's what he used to say. And he said, if you beat him, then, you're ready. And he said no one ever came back.
One short little funny story Gary used to tell. He was in some tournament in Lexington and reached the finals against Earl Strickland. So they introduce Earl first. They're like, U.S. Open this and this. And I mean, it's a 2-minute thing.
Right.
And then they're like, from Evansville, Indiana, Gary Gentry. And then I was like, and everyone was like, what? And then the way Gary tells the match, like, it ended up hill. And it was a 9-ball tournament. And he said he had a super thin cut on this ball in the side pocket, and it just like bobbled both points 2 or 3 times. And
can you imagine just being good enough to even go hill?
Right. And unfortunately, you always remember the shots you miss.
Well, yeah.
More than tournaments you win.
Right.
As seen this afternoon.
What shot are you talking about? I mean, it's
Dave and Billy were hitting balls around, and they bet 5 on a shot.
Oh, is that what it was?
Can he get the breakout here, or is he going to wait? I mean, with the one sitting there, why not go ahead and take a swing at it now, right?
Yeah, I think so, because he always got a backup plan.
Ooh, missed it.
Yeah, he hit it too thin.
Ooh, but now he can't get the insurance ball.
Well, that didn't work out too well. He does have the 2, but
sure, but
obviously harder.
You got to think he was wanting to use the 1 in case he got funky.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, he wasn't trying to sit it in the pocket like that. I don't think he can get the breakout from there either, unless he tries cutting this 2 in the side, which is pretty tough. I mean, does he play safety? I haven't really watched a whole lot of Mike.
I don't know what he could do here safe-wise with that 12 there.
Right. Yeah, so he's probably firing at it.
He might come up with something.
I don't know. I think it's easier.
Looks like the side pocket.
Yeah, I think it's easier to fire at it because otherwise you're trying to set that cue behind the 8.
But
maybe,
is he hitting it? Look, in my brain, he's going to hit it too thin and maybe hit it on the way back, like this. But he scratched.
Yeah, that's rough. Chris jumped out of his seat. Nicky was trying to talk Chris into getting his hair cut finally. He said, stop covering it up. It's there.
What's he going to cut, though? Like, let's say he cut, like, 2 inches of his bangs off. He would just look weird. Like, I've accepted this is his thing.
Right, yeah. Well, he likes it. He likes the way he looks, and so we just have to accept the hair and his gold comb. He said he has he got a new one recently, golden comb. I don't know if you know that story.
I'm not surprised. No matter what you tell it, like, there's no scenario where I'm like, oh my gosh, that's surprising.
Right, yeah. We were in Benton, Illinois, and streaming a match, and he stayed with one of the owners of the bar for the weekend, and they had a golden comb sitting on the coffee table, and he thought it was like a gag or something to make us laugh, but no, it's truly he has a golden comb that he combs his hair with, and it's very fine. And
like, I'm okay with everything Christopherson, whatever. Like, it just makes him him.
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
But I'm disappointed he doesn't have, like, some sort of, like, Back to the Future logo tattooed on his arm or something, like.
Right. He has the shoes, right?
Shoes, for sure, yeah. Oh, this one's. Ooh.
That's a good shot.
Was he playing a 2-way? Are they going to bring the ref out for this one? If he's shooting the 12?
Right. I mean, well, he's
playing safe?
I don't think that's... Well,
what's he doing here then?
I don't know. I think you just have to hit the 2 and go off the point, and
He's
or the
striped.
12. I mean, hit the 12 and go.
Right,
off the
yeah,
point.
but he's aiming the 9. He was.
I know. Yeah, where are you gonna play safe from there?
Or where even if he isn't playing safe, like what's he gonna? What's his plan for it?
Yeah, if he was gonna try maybe bumping the 9 and knocking it in the way of the 2, and then he can say the 8 for the 1, which that's high level, especially when he's almost on the rail and you gotta trust the table a little bit there.
Get the ref out and then just blam it hard as you can. I don't see a ref. That was good.
Yeah. Well, does he come around to the bottom side of this 10, or do you just draw
I
back?
I think it's less risky playing under it.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's so good with the cue ball, he probably sees like a 2-rail thing. But me, I would like that. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I just comfort wise, I just feel comfortable just coming over, shooting it up,
Right.
leaving.
It's not that much harder, right? I mean, just shoot it in the bottom.
Right? Yeah, it's a ball length off the rails. So
Yeah.
but he can handle this.
Yeah.
Let's see how his speed is this afternoon.
I'll say at first I thought he came up real short, but that's a really good angle, honestly. Yep, he shot that really good. I do like how diligent he is. He doesn't just ever jump down. He starts
I've always told people like he's the one you if you have a friend or something and you're introducing him to pool, like just have him emulate everything Chris does as far as mechanics go.
Right.
He doesn't really have any bad habits. Sometimes he can shark himself, but that's about it.
Right. Well, we have a light in the way of the ads today, and that's because our overhead light just...
Oh, crap, the bed.
Yeah, there's 6 bulbs in it, and they just strategically kept going out all weekend.
Could you put that TV on the floor maybe with like something underneath it?
Well, we could, but
oh,
they've been seeing it all weekend, so it's okay. Things happen, We got to work around it. But yeah, the 4 of the 6 lights went out, and I've been replacing them all weekend. They just kept going out, so I'm starting to think it wasn't the light. It's probably something to do with where it's plugged in, the circuitry or something. But we gave up on it. Now we just got a regular light, and we're going to use these 2 camera angles for the rest of the day.
I wonder if Chris has ever tinkered with like a fluid motion brake. Like he'll hold it. You know what I mean? And
Is he like a shaft bender kind of guy where he's...
Yeah. I mean, his brake is great. Don't get me wrong, but I wonder if he could ever like get more on it by like, because like he'll do the practice strokes and pull back to almost to where the ferrule is out of his hands.
It does, yeah. Huh. He didn't even use a pause on there.
Right, and just I'm always scared like he's gonna come all the way back. All right. First glance.
Ugly rack, yeah. Solids, maybe, but that 5 is tough.
He could see the 3, I guess.
I was guessing, but maybe not.
The 14 should free up everything. But you don't want to move a lot of balls, but you have to move the 5 or the 10.
Yeah. One angle looks like the 3 goes, but you're right. I mean, shooting the 14 does break that out. Now the 8, yeah.
12 goes, 13 goes. But you wouldn't want to hit it hard, right? Like if you could just hit to where you're like doing a 3-ball combo to push the 10 to the rail, like the 11 should, the 8 might get tied up with a 5.
Right. I think the 10 will come out for the side pocket regardless, so I think it'll be okay.
Even on his breakouts, he's real like calculated with it. Mm-hmm. Like he's not gonna like send the cue ball into this and then roll the dice on what comes out. Like
right. When you see a lot of people, they'll just take this shot and they know it's going into it, so they'll hit it hard or or some certain speed that they're comfortable. But he'll actually try to hit it exact speed, like he does every shot.
Yeah, he's trying to see where exactly he's going to hit off this.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you want to hit it square in the face, because if you hit it on the top side, the cue ball's going down towards the 3, and there's no real shot from there.
So if the 8 goes, then
11 got a little funny, but it goes in this bottom left corner.
Right.
If you can get under it.
Yeah, it looks like 8 goes, and so yeah, he's not too bad here.
He might try for the 11 now on this side. Like if he could shoot the 13 and roll down.
Right, come around 2 or
I don't know
3.
what he would shoot after the 11 though. Hmm. We'll see.
Yeah, that's why we're not out there.
I didn't sign up. Like,
Oh, you didn't?
I just had better things to do.
Yeah.
Like sleep.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I didn't play this weekend. Mickey did, and he didn't do bad, but I tell you what, Hebler put a 3-pack on him, and that was rough.
I told Hebler that I was going to go over to Brady and be like, showing him footage of the match with Mickey and be like, here's what you're up against, dude. Don't be taking him for granted. And Hebler was like, please don't.
Right.
Let's just play it how it is, you know. Let's leave it alone.
Yeah. I do have to point out Nick Varner was in the room watching, so I think that had something to do with it. He's like, I can play a little better today.
Well, now Parr's watching.
Oh, okay.
This will work.
Yeah, that was actually... I didn't see that
Pretty
one really.
good.
Yeah.
Can't tell if the 11 goes in the bottom side. I don't think so. See what he comes up with.
Yeah.
Running the cue ball into the 2-1? Is that what he's just looking at?
I think maybe he's trying to fall forward and come below the 11. Yeah, just like that.
I wonder if Chris has tinkered with carbon fiber shafts. Because I think I've never seen him with anything besides maple.
Right. Do you know what his playing cue is?
No clue.
Okay.
Oh, a Joss.
Is it a Joss
Yeah.
Okay.
Because someone asked that. I think it was Paul asked him during the 9-ball tournament, and he was proudly showing it off.
Mm-hmm.
Nice looking cue for sure.
Oh yeah.
I told him it looked like a back, like the way it is, it looks like a backgammon board, kind of with the spikes, you know.
Right.
And then he looked at it and he was like, you know what it does, and little things get him pretty excited. So, does that 8 pass the 5?
I was looking at. I mean, this angle doesn't.
He hasn't really even addressed it, so I'm assuming it does.
Right. But if you're going 11, 13, you got to get the right angle to come back for it if it is. Otherwise, what, he's going to touch it in the side maybe? It's a little tougher. It's going to be hard to hold this.
I think it'll be all right. I mean, it looks like it's pretty straight on. Like, I think I'll even have to follow it a little.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It'd be
hard
not to go too much forward. You don't really want to come around 3, I don't think, afterwards.
Mm-hmm. Missed it. Nope. Right in my little pocket.
Missed it right in the center.
That's how good I'm seeing them.
Yeah, looks like you can just draw back here. Yeah, it must go, obviously. Alright, good shot there. That was a breaking run, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was just a tough one. I do like how he works it out, though.
Doesn't normally take anything for granted.
Mm-mm.
You guys have anything planned for like fall or anything big event wise, or is this just going to be like a once a year deal?
As far as like this charity kind of event, it's going to be once a year. We're going to try to get it earlier in the year next year because obviously June's a little warm, you know?
Yeah.
So, although the air here has been working really well, too many people complain about it freezing, so I guess that's a good sign. Except for the pool players, they've been saying it's obviously hot. They always say it's hot when they're
I thought
playing.
it was fine this weekend.
Right. But yeah, I'm hoping we get it closer to April or even May. Of course, we could have another Expressway Dodge Cup.
I'm good.
If we can get some other players, I don't think I don't want to play in it again. I mean, it was fun, but it's exhausting. Yeah.
I mean, you guys can play some Owensboro guys. They haven't done it in a while, which is shocking, but surprised they haven't made some sort of post.
Right.
Let's put up Owensboro's best against Evansville.
Right. That's the whole thing is like Bobby was just trying to match up kind of evenly, and he wasn't.
Well, kudos to him for getting that event going. So I'm not. That was whatever, but not saying I know the local talent any better than anyone else, but like at least consult with like
somebody, yeah.
Me, Eric, or somebody.
Right.
He just kind of was like, here are the teams, and then I told him immediately. I was like, dude, as far as APA standings go, like we're behind a little bit with this. He's like, oh, we're good, and I applaud his confidence and.
Yeah, and I'm sure it's been talked about for years, just because Moscone kept spinning around for a long time. And Mickey, as soon as we took over on Q, we wanted to do something like that too. But when Bobby just said, "Let's just throw these people against these people and throw up matches," and Mickey replied with, "Okay," and I think it was the response, and that's kind of how it all got started.
And there was like, I don't know, man. There's a few kinks that I think could have made it a little more competitive, but it wasn't my deal, and everything was already set in stone.
Right. Yeah, I mean, different matchups for sure could have made it a little different, but there was some hills,
That, and then also like they made deals on like rule sets, and then so whenever I think Bobby wanted like slop to count, I'm like, man, I'm pretty defensive, Brian's pretty defensive, Eric can be for like a 7, like you kind of like that hampered us a little. Not saying that it made any difference to you guys, but
well, yeah, I don't remember how many times slop came into effect. I know I slopped in
a couple on Brian,
right? Yeah, I mean, of course, I made a couple of kicks like
you played
a couple of them, but yeah, there was some slop that what we do, just laugh about it and keep shooting, right? Because
man, just Chris woke up today feeling it.
Yes, he did. It's because I called him Champ earlier. I said, "Hey, what's up, Champ?" And he's ready to go now.
And also, like my comment earlier about Chris having good fundamentals to emulate, he's also approachable.
Right, absolutely.
So if you have someone that's new playing and you bring him out to a pool tournament like this, as soon as his match is over, like...
Yeah, I mean, win or lose, as soon as his match is over, he loves to talk.
Right, you can go ask him about something like, hey, I'm kind of struggling with this shot here, and set it up and show him, like...
Mm-hmm. Of course, like...
There's no ego with him, surprisingly, in my opinion. Like, I don't know him as well as you guys, but...
I do know that his shot memory is really good. So, like, someone will say something about a match I played in, and be like, well, which shot are you talking about? Because I don't remember, right?
Right.
But you say, hey, remember that 4-ball on the third rack? And he's like, oh, yeah, and he'll just set it right back up. So he does, he has a good memory for that.
The only time I saw a little bit of an ego from him, you guys had ran a 9-ball tournament at O'Brien's. Mm-hmm. Eric made it to the hot seat match against Chris. Beats Chris. Chris comes back to the loser side. I had Chris in the Calcutta, and Eric offers to split. And so, even though everything's on the player,
right?
But as I was going to be like, hey, we might want to look at this, he was like, no, I'm not splitting. Like, I'm the better player.
Right.
And then he ends up losing the first set. And then, like, before we can even try to negotiate, Chris, not Eric, is on full tilt and has the coin out, flipping it.
Right.
And he lost that set too.
Yep, it does happen. But in his defense, he is the better player.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
So, it's good to be confident, and you never know where people are with money, and so it's
Oh, I wasn't mad at it, but like I said, I'm just saying that was the one time where a little bit of an ego may have came in.
Right. Yeah, it cost him a little bit of money. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I've seen Eric. I've seen him get really close to winning against like Ray Schultz and
Sure.
people.
Nick, whenever y'all had that tournament where Nick played,
Nick Varner. Yeah,
they were in the like Eric had an out to get Hill. Or it was Hill, one or the other.
It was Hill, yeah. Very long match, yeah.
Yeah, he had an out to to win, and I know he can recall it for sure.
I remember a couple people started saying, "Man, it's a really long match." I'm like, "Yeah, wouldn't it be for you too? You're playing Nick Varner."
And what's your hurry?
Right? Yeah. No, I loved it. I loved the just anticipation and how good he was shooting. I loved it all. It was good, and to see Nick out shooting.
All right, we were kind of yapping a bit. Was this a dry break or was this?
It was a dry break, and Mike shot his first shot and kind of raised his hands a little bit. So I think he didn't like where the two landed.
Two balls funny, and then this is funny.
Right, this is definitely not easy. I don't know if
he can come straight back for the 7 or the 4, 7 in the corner or the 4 in the side.
If he can reach it.
Oh, true.
I mean, that's
yeah. And he's over the 9, so this could be a little funny.
Yeah. Is he? He's left. No, he's a righty. Okay.
Now, it looks like there's a hair of an angle on the 1. Is there any chance that he can just kind of punch out a little for a long shot on the 4? Or is he looking for... it looks like he's looking at the 7-8.
Do you think he's looking... Well, do you think he's looking to jump it? Or do you think he's looking to kick at the 7?
I don't know. It looked like he was looking at the 7-8 too.
Yeah. I think he was looking at that. He's jumping, but you never know. He's got DNA on his back there, so... Is that what that was?
I think so. No, I've always respected Chris's game.
Okay, I guess he can.
There's not a lot that you can nitpick that he does wrong.
No, he's always, like I said.
He gets in his own head sometimes, but as far as just stance, stroke, pre-shot routine, it's.
Yeah,
I think it's the best around here.
Yeah, I mean, in our O'Brien's tournaments, when we used to run those a lot, I would see him on a spare table just stroking into, just on the rail, just practicing a stroke. No balls, no nothing.
But it's easy to get a hitch in your arm,
right.
What better way than to kind of get that out of there than... I mean, he'll do it for 5 or 10 minutes straight, but...
I know.
He does it with purpose, not just to be like, hey guys, look at me, I'm taking practice strokes.
I mean, it might be a little both, but yeah, you're right though.
Is that 5 pass? He's looking at it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely passes there. How does he address the 2 ball though? Thinking, man, I don't think he has angle here. Maybe.
Is the 7 cuttable in the side? Could he play for that and then go into the 2?
I think so. I mean, he'd like to be about a ball out further, but I think it's definitely there.
Yeah, my first run-ins with Chris were at corner pocket, and they're race to 1s whenever Jackie and Joe owned the corner pocket.
Right, yeah.
I mean, he'd drive down from 2 hours away for the $5 race to 1.
Yeah.
Grinder, but he won more times than he lost. So
right. I mean, if you like shooting, it's a tournament that is there every week.
So the combo now, or combo now. Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh. Nervous for this shot.
Yep. So this is before he came to the area. Okay. So yeah. So I guess he used to live in Northern Ohio.
Yeah, he has ties to Corey in them. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay.
Man, this is balls of steel. Good
wow.
shot. 4 in the side.
If it goes, yep, that's
What a shot.
That was really strong. Of course, he feels like he's going to run out since Chris has been running.
Put it on the highlight reel.
Yeah, I like coming across like that instead of trying to hold it.
Now, I always notice like weird things about players. Bratcher's like bridge arm is always just like in a straight line, just
Right.
super straight and sturdy. I've always tried to emulate that a little bit.
Wonder if he does that with his brakes. I know a lot of people have been there on the brake.
Not sure.
We're going to find out.
Well, he stopped the bleeding.
Yeah, that was from a dry brake, so there's been 3 table runs or breaking runs so far.
It's been a few years since I've seen Chris's kid.
He's
shot
tall.
up.
Yeah, he's real tall now.
He used to be like as tall as the table, and now he's like 6'1"
I know.
or something.
He's one of the tallest in the room yesterday.
I wonder how well he hits. Like, what would you guess his Fargo would? Obviously, I don't think he has one, but what would you just like if you just had to guess with his father being Chris? You know they have a pool table.
I mean, I seen him on crates when he was little shooting, so
you would say he's like 450 speed. How old is he? Like
he's at least 15 now, but I'm not sure. He looks older because he's so tall, but I'd say he probably came out of the womb about a 500. So
yeah, see his bridge arm just straight as an arrow. Oh no, lost the cue ball.
Oh boy. So BCA rules, ball in hand anywhere on the table. And we're taking stripes, right?
Yes, unless he were to start with like the 3 or the 3 now, but
right.
9 ball is the only one that looks a little, but he could just start with it in this bottom side if he wanted to hit. Now, another thing I like about Chris, he'll come with the most, I think I've discussed this with you, he will come up with the most random rule questions that
He might be asking it now, look at him.
Like I said, a few years ago when he asked this question, he was playing 9 ball, the 9 was hanging in the pocket, but he was buried like he couldn't kick at it. He was stuck.
Right.
And he asked if he could just if he could just shoot the 9 in with his cue and not use the cue ball, and if the 9 would spot up. And I was like, I don't think it works like that.
It does not.
And then in his match the other day, he asked if he said for future reference, could he clean it like not with ball in hand, like just in middle of his inning. If he could clean the cue ball, I was like, no, dude, like you're like a pool genius. Why do you ask these questions sometimes? You know the answer to that.
Right. He has to, right? Because there's no league out there or
where you just like,
there.
oh, here, I'm just gonna pick this up, wipe it off, and put it right back where I got it.
Half an inch over.
Are we playing all ball fouls? Oh, we aren't. Oh, so I can clean the cue ball? Like,
yeah. It's all right.
Looks like he's still looking it over.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the question was earlier, but he was talking to Mike about something. They were chatting. I imagine if it was ball in hand anywhere. Because I don't know what else would have came up.
Right. Who knows?
Yeah. You gonna hold this for?
Yeah, for the 11.
Okay.
Well, he's picking up his pace a little bit here.
Yeah, he's feeling it. Think you come out for like the 14? Or...
I would like to shoot the 14 or 12, either one of them.
Right. Yeah, because I don't really want the 15 right now.
Like if he got to the middle of the table-ish, would be all right.
Yeah, get a little straight on the 14.
Yeah, this is okay. He can go 14, 15, and then he's going 12 first, okay. Oh, never mind.
We're just blind, it's okay.
Yeah, I was saying 14, 15, and then the 12 in this side, can he come around without hitting any of that other stuff?
That's
But these
pretty
guys
tight.
don't like slow rolling balls, you know, so
Yeah, he could.
could he come under it and shoot
Yeah.
it up in the top left?
I was gonna say, yeah, I think he could just draw it back, just bottom right, and come to the
Oh, and shoot it in
table.
the same corner?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then the 8, so we'll see.
Well, he doesn't like something about it. Maybe he juiced that one up a little too much, came a little too far out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
He's letting us know.
Yeah. He's saying about floating it and shooting in one of the corners down table.
Oh, a lot can go sideways.
Yeah.
There's no way he hits us with pace, though, right? Like, you can't come around and
No matter
run
what.
into stuff. It looks like he's doing your shot. Oh.
Nope, changed his mind. He heard you. He's like, no. Yeah, he's gonna float it. Or not.
He is coming around.
Oh, wow.
I thought that was risky.
Yeah, definitely. At that pace.
Yeah. If you want to plow into it, you know, you end up table, he can, you know, shoot
Right.
that.
Can still shoot out of it, yeah. Now, is Chris a big jumper? I don't think he is.
Gosh. The thing is, there's no, like, you know, it's BCA, call shot, so bottom rail, side rail, and call the 12 in the side, maybe? Or
Right. If he can clear that 3, probably 2 right in the side, 2 in the corner, probably more likely. Just because it is pretty thin.
I don't know if he's a jumper or not. Honestly, I was sitting here trying to think that if I ever really recalled him.
No, he's calling the bank, so he's gonna jump bank.
Get the record button ready.
Yeah.
Here he goes. Oh, he got down on this quick. That's surprising. You know, I was just complimenting all of his pre-shot stuff.
Yeah.
He didn't really even like line up or anything
No.
on that shot. Maybe that's just frustration.
Well, some of it, but I don't think I've ever seen him jump, so I don't think he's real comfortable with it.
Right.
He kicks a lot. Kicks all 2 rails. And... Well, it's a big changing point here. Could have went up 5-2.
Bratcher with a big break and a scratch on the break. You know, he's got to feel fortunate here.
Do you not start with the 3? Oh, maybe 3 goes.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking it was stuck pretty good, but it looks like, yeah, it probably clears.
Yeah, but you see what I'm saying with his
Yeah,
bridge
yeah.
arm? Like, it's always just like fully extended, just
Right.
straight as an arrow.
It's almost locked backwards a little.
Mm-hmm. Our friend Hope sent it, like hers goes
Oh, she
double jointed in the
yeah.
elbow.
Yeah, she shot really well.
Shout out Hope.
Let's say she shot really well in City.
Oh, she collected more money than I did for doubles. Whoever wins this tournament, or whoever won the 9-ball, like her and Paul and Tim, they ate.
They made, what, 3 teams?
They got 3 checks a piece
Right, yeah.
for like almost 800 a pop.
That's awesome. Yeah, she's a very fun person to be around.
Yeah,
very
for sure.
exciting, yeah.
And she's worrying about like area pool players being upset with her for being successful with it. I was like, look, you're just a part of the team. You're not the captain, you know.
Right.
They ask you to play, you get up there and play. Like, you know, there's always going to be sour grapes with everything.
Oh,
Just,
sure,
I
yeah.
told her not to take it personal.
No, I don't think anyone dislikes her. She's, super good person to be around.
That's good, Mike. You're good.
That's what I would say. Like, let's move on.
4-3. Let's see if this commentator jinx thing works.
Let me go ahead and click it on here.
Swish.
I will never forget now that he locks his arm like that, because his almost looks like his arm's in the way on the inside.
and he's a stocky dude, you know,
Right,
like
yeah. He works
seems like he has that farmer strength where like
Well, I think he works coal mines, doesn't he?
I wouldn't be surprised if he could flip this table end over end like long ways, like no big deal.
I would, but
Like if you're like if after that, like if you were in a good mood, he won this tournament and be like, "Hey, Mike, our dollies are all broke. Can you help us move some of these tables?"
yeah,
It's just you doing it. Like
Right,
you
yeah.
just strap them to your back and you carry them. I mean, that's how Stembridge used to do it.
I know.
Like
Upstairs and stuff. Yeah.
because I used to live in a second level of this loft apartment. Tony Rue lived above me. There was like 25 to 30 steps from the ground floor on Main Street to my level, and then there was at least that many up to Tony's place. And Tony bought a gold crown from O'Brien's, and then he told me he bought it, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm having Stembridge put it in." I came home and this dude had one of the pieces of slate just carrying it up by himself. It was strapped. I was like, "Dude, you're a madman."
Yeah. I moved a 9-foot old house in a 3-piece slate, 1 inch.
By yourself?
No. Me and a buddy carried one piece at a time up these stairs, and by the third one, I was like really struggling. I was in my 20s.
Dude,
and
shout
so-
out Brent Stembridge, man.
Yeah. He always, yeah. I remember he used to always have like contraptions and just be able to move any table by himself.
Oh, he's great at what he with that stuff. Like Tony had no complaints whatsoever. And then when he moved out of that apartment, Brent showed up, strapped him up, went down the stairs with him one at a time. It's pretty impressive. All right, so he dropped a ball. What do we like here?
Well, he's looking at solids already because of 11 and
6 is a tap in, and you can get the 7 out of there.
right. It's like the 11-14's tied up, so I think you have to go with solids here. But what 5-1-2 and then come back down here?
Yeah, I mean he's looking at the 4, but I also like starting with a 5 here. Yeah, there's no way you're taking stripes. I don't
Right.
think.
Yeah, he's gonna
Just pull it back, make the 5 a little more less steep.
right, yeah. Just make it where he doesn't have to come out as
Move
far
a
for
whole
the
lot.
one.
You go 5, 1, 2, and then he's off. Thinking about the 5 now.
Yeah. I think the 7 can be a little tricky if you don't get perfect straight.
Yeah,
on
yeah.
it.
He has 4 very makeable options if he shoots the 5 and comes higher than he wants for the. But I'm not mad at this shot either.
Right. If he didn't like the 7, he probably could actually just carry him off the 7, make the 6,
Right, and bump
get
it out a little.
Right, but I don't know.
Those
if
shots I follow, man.
Yeah.
Like I'm just looking at it, getting anxiety. I'm like, man, I can recall plenty of times where I'm like, all right, I'm gonna skim this, and then it just plops right in right after
Yeah,
it.
you might draw into the 7 a little. That way he still has a shot on the
Right.
1. You just don't want 7 coming out.
Or you
real
can play
far.
position on the 3, like just make sure to draw to the middle of the table. Oh nope, he's gonna play it safe like that. A little close to his work.
A little bit. Yeah, that's the reason I didn't like it. I like bumping
No,
that out.
yeah. I like I said, I kind of would like drawing to the middle of the table because you have the 3 there,
Yeah.
and then the 7 might bounce. You know,
Right.
both bottom pockets are available.
Yep.
I mean, I think he's favorite to make this, but
Right. You gotta
for
let,
sure he didn't want to be here though.
I'm just gonna let the cue ball go just a little here.
I say middle of the table. Ooh, wiped its feet.
Yeah.
I think you can see the 5.
Yeah, but I don't think he can hold it for anything down there, so he's gonna be back and forth a little. I might be wrong on the speed, but
I think he can. I mean, this is me shooting here, but like middle cue ball with the 5, and I don't think it'll go up past the 13 and 11 or the 11 and 14.
okay.
But I mean, if that were the case, you would have shot it already.
Yeah. And he
So
could,
obviously, it could be a lot steeper than what.
he could almost. I mean, if he's really worried about speed, he could use inside and just use those as stoppers even. Yeah, looks like maybe he's doing that, or even if he slides by him, then he's okay.
Like using inside here and going towards that top rail?
Right, like straight left, maybe even run into him for stopper.
Man. That's why these guys are in the final days of tournaments all the time, because I would just shoot middle ball and come straight up.
Yeah. Oh, killed it and got it, but then I don't know if he can see the one or not.
He can see the 3.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Worst case scenario.
I don't think that.
I know that's not the route he wanted, because getting from the 3 back down to these balls is going to
And
be
we're
rough.
assuming the 2 doesn't pass the 1, which it doesn't look like it does.
He's lining up the golfer putt.
Yeah. The Happy Gilmore. Yeah, man, it's got to be close. Obviously, you don't want to go from 3 to the 2 or 1.
Best way is use your driver's license and put it up to the phone screen if he had this stream pulled up to see, like on those iPhone pool games.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go, the moment we've been waiting for, the payoff.
Right.
Oh, the 1 went. Okay,
Definitely
all right.
went. All right. And you want to get straight on 3, or do you think just...
If it passes the 12, then it goes into every pocket except this bottom right. So
Right.
obviously right now he has an idea where he wants to play it, but just in case he gets weird, he should be all right.
Yeah. That's what I was wondering, if he gets a back angle, is he just going to come around and shoot in the same pocket, which I think.
And he has the 9 as like a place for the cue ball to hit.
Right. Yeah.
Good shot.
Let's go ahead and mark that game up.
Here we go. When's On Cue gonna start spending some money and get a measle ball out there?
A measle ball?
Like, you guys have been penny pinching long enough.
Uh-huh. Can't afford those expensive measle balls.
Do they still make them?
I think they do. I always thought they felt lighter, or at least they moved different. I don't know.
I think, I don't know if it was me and Hebler or me and somebody, like when the measle ball was first onto the scene, like someone else was saying they think it's lighter. I'm like, how can it be lighter? There's dots painted on it. Those aren't weightless.
No,
you know what I mean?
But
like,
what is it made of, though? You know, like
yeah, like the gloss, the coating, and whatever. But
Right.
my theory was, you have a regular blank cue ball, and then you have a
Yeah.
measle ball. Like, those dots have to have, even if it's like microscopic in weight.
All right, but well, in your theory though, then stripes way more than solids.
Sure.
So you gotta shoot.
Yeah. I
harder.
mean, hey, if it's
Yeah, you gotta stroke them a little harder.
see, my vision's failing me. This rack looks tilted to the left.
Oh yeah, that's probably my camera.
Oh,
See, it's
true.
just a little off. Thanks for pointing that out, though. I appreciate it.
Well, get out there. There's a ladder.
Yeah, it does actually look tilted here too. And this camera's very straight. So yeah, he's tilted back, or the 4 ball's a little lower. I don't think it helps him much unless the 12 goes straight in. Nope.
Ooh, little zip on the cue ball.
Hey, made a ball and no scratch.
Everything looks pretty open.
Yeah, except for the starting ball, unless you're taking solids, which looked just fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, especially.
Yeah, you got the 3, the 2. Yeah, solids are the move.
Yeah. Or 7 or 2.
True.
You said 3.
Oh yeah, I meant the 5 actually. Is the one I was looking at. It looked 3-ish to me.
Right. It was anything but the 3 is actually.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it's not bad there. I don't know, I like
4.
taking 4-6
Yeah.
just to get the 3 and 4 out of the way.
Looks
After
like
that.
he's going with the deuce. 2, 6, 3,
Right.
7.
2, 6, 3, 4, 7, 5. That would be my choice. 3 and 4 in the same pocket. And 7 to come down for the 5 and 8 inside.
Take a few extra seconds. I like that.
Appreciate it, Cody. I'm sure that was a compliment in some way.
I didn't even acknowledge it, but thanks. Yeah, appreciate it. I mean, you're running on 3 hours sleep, maybe.
Yep.
I haven't been to sleep.
Absolutely.
I mean, I figure it's better than hearing a fan buzzing in the background, but
That's
who knows,
true.
you know?
That's all right. Cody's still watching regardless, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, he can mute it, I guess. Giving a second look here. Just on what side of the 7 he wants to be on?
Yeah, just
Below it, just a smidge.
right. I think he's shooting over on the 7. He comes between the 14 and the 8 there. I mean, he could come between the 15 and the 14, but I think he'll draw.
8, 14.
Well, I was saying he could come between either one, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
he's
yeah.
going to draw down a little probably. Yeah, he's using a little bit of outside. Yeah, pretty good shot there.
Race to 6 for the hill. All from that shot where Chris hooked himself.
Yes, yeah, because he was supposed to be out there and
Just got cute with that 3-rail or 2-rail shape and ran into those balls.
right now he's put on what,
Then
2?
then the quick jump shot.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and mark the score. Pow.
All right, Bratcher gets to the hill first. This is usually when Chris will take a break.
That was the rack also when Bratcher sent the cue ball off the table, I think.
Right, I think he scratched or he sent it off.
It went off the table.
Did it? Okay. Yeah.
Winner of this match is into the hot seat.
Yes. Yeah, I'll be playing. Let me check real quick.
Look, I saw.
Oh, looks like Brady's already won. So 6-0 against Brian Hebler. So he'll be playing. The winner of this will be playing Brady for the hot seat match. Yeah, Chris doesn't look too upset. He's just waiting to see if he misses. See if Michael miss.
Bet he's steaming.
Maybe a little, but it's literally one shot.
I know. That's what.
It's a really good
This
match.
far along in this tournament with the talent that's in this, it's. He's just thinking, please dry break.
Mm-hmm. Or scratch again. I don't think it's.
I don't think he'll put that much on it.
Ooh, he did a little bit.
Had a little pop to it. First glance stripes.
Yes, I mean, especially since that 10 stayed up. Although
11 could be
right,
an
but
issue, but he'll take care of it somewhere along the line.
He's also not afraid of combos. We've seen so. Yeah, I don't like the 5 and the 2 because it doesn't line up too well, and the 3 is obviously really stuck. Now, if the 8 goes by the 4, then sure, but otherwise, it's got to break that out a little too. I don't know. It's not easy.
Like even though this 10 is a layup, but like, what are you shooting next?
Right.
You have a small window to go down and up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the 2 being so close to that pocket.
Yeah, and you really want a back angle on the 9 to be able to get out without bumping the 1, so it's a little tough.
Looking it over.
Does that 13 go? I don't think it goes. Yeah, maybe. If 13 goes inside, then obviously that'd be a better choice.
I think the 8's got him hampered just by a hair.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, what are we doing here?
I forgot open table.
Combo. Yep.
Yeah. Tried to break it all out.
Got the 8 free. The 11's free.
Yeah. I noticed he used a little body karate there.
Is that legal? Can you do that?
I've seen it in a movie once. I think it's okay.
Chris might ask.
Yeah.
Go to make you like, hey, can you will the balls in?
That was actually a really good breakout there. I mean,
Yeah.
he'd like to save the 10 now for the 11, but I'm not sure if that's possible. If he's go ahead and take it now.
He can use the 14 for the 11
Right.
if he wanted to shoot the 10 now.
Yeah, he knows he's on the hill though, so he's really
Yeah, I don't mind taking the extra
right.
time. Because what he just did to Chris can easily flip flop if he gets a little careless here.
Yep.
Something he doesn't like.
I don't know. Maybe it's always the 9 ball.
Right. Because he doesn't want to like shoot this 10, then the 14, and now he has no path to the 11. I mean, is shooting the 14 down now? No, he's going 10. Just yanking it straight back for the 9?
Maybe just stopping it for the 14. Nope, you're right. I thought he'd stop for the 14, just roll it up. But
I think, like you said earlier, he wants to use that or the 11 that he just shot in to get down there, or not the 11, but whatever ball he just shot at the side pocket.
I do think he can go like forward now, so he can just go forward 2 rails and come out for like the 13 maybe, or the 14.
So he's looking at the 3 rail shape. Oh, it comes straight across.
Okay, I didn't think he had enough room to do that.
I mean, the shot's not bad if he could have went up just a hair more to shoot the 14 down than the 11.
Right.
It's never easy.
No, you like to be a little closer. You like to have a better angle, always. But he might just float this over for the 14 in the other corner, and then just draw it back for the 11.
But he has to get above the 14, right?
Yeah. No, I mean opposite corner of the 13 where he's shooting.
Oh, okay.
Like if he just.
Oh, I was
slid it
thinking if
over.
he like pulled back some, then shot the 14 on the side to
Right.
come down.
We'll see what he does here. It's always the angles are always a little different on the screen here. Yeah, he definitely had room. So to the rail with inside.
Man, I'm clipping the 5 on accident, man.
It's my least favorite shot because he's almost got to like not draw it, but
Yeah, if those 2 balls aren't there, then yeah, but
he's almost got to use center or a little bit low with the right. Nope, he's doing something different. I don't know. I guess he's shooting in the corner.
that'll work. Swish.
That was a good shot.
Good shot.
Yeah.
8 in the same corner.
I believe so. Yeah, you just can't hit the 4.
Can't get above the 6. So he has like a visual target.
Yeah. I don't know if he's coming around the 4 or if he's just gonna float up and down. I think he's just gonna go up and down.
Yeah. Go ahead and mark it.
Think I will. Man, I should have won on this one.
Bang. What a turnaround. What was the score? I think it was 4-3 or 4-2 when Chris hooked himself.
Yep, one shot missed, and Brad ran the last 3. That's so
Took
good.
off. Bratcher's a machine. I will say this. One thing I respect about Bratcher's game the most. This dude has 0 quit in him. I'm not saying anyone does have quit in them, like that's left in the tournament.
Right.
But Bratcher can lose first round.
Yeah.
And play every match. I mean, this dude's a definition of a grinder.
All right. Let me see who we got up next.
You said a women's match?
Yes. Yeah, because... Let me check real quick. No, they already got it reserved, so I can just look at the bracket. Looks like, yeah, Madison Cross and Haley Quinn.
Is there a final in Allison and Tanya?
Let me check on that. Looks like Allison beat Tanya 4-0. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this one scheduled.
Now, here's where shots come a little less predictable.
That's true. Alright, I'm going to get this switched over real quick for the ladies, and we'll be right back.